How long has it been?
3.
3 months?
Yeah.
That's not that bad. I thought it was like 6 months. Are you sure?
Yeah. 3 months.
3 months.
3 whole months.
3 whole months. It's still been quite a while. Still been too long. Hi, I'm back in all my infinite glory. I'm sorry it's been so long. I'm sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. I promise I won't leave for that long again. I take that back. That was a joke. A really bad joke. I have no idea how consistently I'll be able to do this, but this is a communication platform that I've chosen to utilize. So here we go. Speaking of communication platforms, it's been about 3 months since I've uploaded. Why, you say? Why has it been so long, Kathy Sue? Well, number one, probably that. Sorry, you see lipstick and fingerprints all over this glass. I have been at the queue a lot of my time has been with the queue. And I have been moved over. I don't know. Oh, I think I did say this in my last vlog that I now am in business development. So I'm doing a lot of developing of business, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really cool, and it takes a lot of my time. And it takes a lot of my time because I choose for it to, because I love it. And that's what's really exciting about right now, is that I'm doing a lot of things because I love to do them. And my time is spent in a way that I feel proud of spending my time towards things and goals that I believe in. And it's really exciting. So I'm feeling incredibly driven right now. So a lot of the past couple of months have been like creating and building many different things that I'm really excited about, and that I'll share with you guys as things roll out. What I was going to talk about, I have notes down here because it's been so long since I've done this, and there's so much on my brain right now that I wanted to make sure I remembered to say everything and to share everything that I could with you wonderful, beautiful group of human beings. Yeah. I'm so tired. I'm so tired right now. Hold on, language precision. I'm not so tired. I'm a little bit sleepy, and a nap would probably be awesome right now. I'm not exhausted. I'm just a little sleepy. So I am focusing very strongly on personal growth, just like that right there, language precision. Things like that have become more and more important to me as time has gone on, because I'm starting to realize that I'm ready to do the things that I've always wanted to do, and to be the person that I've always felt inside of me, as crazy and cheesy as that sounds. I've always felt much stronger than I feel as though I've acted. Like I felt this like brewing up in my belly saying, okay, one day it's going to be time for you to become that person. Grow into that. I want to constantly be growing every single day. Every single day, and every moment, in everything I do, I want it to be focused on growth. Now, whether that's growth of myself, or growth of a relationship, or growth of intelligence, or building something, physically actually building something, or, you know, cleaning my space and creating a new environment, and building something for someone else, helping someone else build something awesome, right? Like, I want every day and every moment to be focused on that. And instead of just, you know, opening an app to scroll. Sorry, my back's been hurting a little bit because I've been moving around a lot, so I'm going to be stretching a little bit throughout this. I want to focus on personal growth. Instead of opening an app just to like discover, you know, Susie's breakfast yesterday, I want to open my science news app and read something. Like, you know, they have the most high definition photos of images of Pluto that they've ever had due to this freaking awesome satellite or whatever. Like, they're 3D printing artificial organs, or, you know, I want to learn about what's going on in the world, and I want to learn about how to better communicate with the people around the world, and I want to learn about what people around the world are doing and watching, and what life is like in other areas and territories and perspectives. And that's what I want to spend my time doing, and sharing things, and sharing my experience, and listening to other people's experiences and growing with them. That's what I want to do. So that's what I've been doing. It's been really cool. So I've been focusing on trying to inspire myself every single day, and hopefully through the little discoveries that I make with my life in inspirational points, or, you know, stories of personal growth, that I'm able to share that with people, because that's truly the beauty of social media, is the ability to share and spread a message, right? Not just something more powerful than what we had for breakfast. I want to eat inspiration every morning for breakfast. So I do, actually. So before I even have my morning coffee, I Periscope. If you don't know what Periscope is, I encourage you to download the app, and I encourage you to join me every single morning. I haven't been on YouTube quite as much, but I have been on Periscope every single day. And I love live streaming, and I love the ability to engage with people so directly. It's truly been a building community. Like right now, I'm gonna film this, and then tomorrow or the next day or whenever, I'm gonna read the comments, and then the next day after that, I'll be able to respond, or maybe right then and there, depending on like where I'm at, if I have the time. But Periscope, every single morning, I give myself like 10 minutes as we're going through the Starbucks drive-thru, and we just have a conversation, and it's about anything and everything. It usually stems from some words of inspiration that I need to hear at that point in time. Hold on, I need a sip of water. I'm so thirsty. Oh my God, water's so amazing. I love water so much. Oh, so good. I can feel life inside. So we started the Periscope by looking at the sunshine, right? Because there's such a thing as like the nerves in your eye are your eye's ability to collect vitamin D from the sun is way stronger than your skin. So I like to start my morning by like looking into sunshine, not directly into the sun because you could hurt your eyes actually, but you can absorb a lot of vitamin D that way, and that's a really good way to start your day. So I like to start my Periscopes by looking at the sun, and this is a live stream every single day, and it's while I'm in line at Starbucks about to get my coffee. It's called Your Morning Brew with Kathy Sue. If you haven't seen it, come and check it out and be a part of the conversation. That's what I love about it, is that it becomes a conversation with people all around the world. It's so cool, man. It's so cool, man. And if people are in from like a different country and I'm curious to learn their language, I can just ask them, you know, how do I say this in your language? And hopefully they're telling me and they're not telling me to say like a bad word. But for the most part, it seems like it checks out, you know, like once you learn enough about as many languages as you possibly can, like you can kind of pick out. They're all very similar, right? And they all stem from similar languages. So if you can find the roots of the words, you can usually decipher what someone is saying in many languages. Anyways, wow, we just really went off on a tangent. What was I even talking about? Yeah, so people in Periscope are really awesome. It's a really positive, supportive community, as well as it like we're moderated there, right? Like if someone is saying something inappropriate or not being cool, they get blocked. Like that's just it. That's all. That's all. And like the people that are in the community every single day in the Morning Brew with Kathy Sue, they moderate, right? It's like if they see someone saying something that they know we talk about like not being cool, like they, you know, will say something to that person. It always bothers me when I see hair ties on my wrist. I don't know why. Anyways, so yeah, so we Periscope every single morning. Guys, let me tell you, when you really, 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 really want to grow, like the deepest inner of yourself, right? Like deep inside yourself, when you really want to grow, when you want to acknowledge those things that have been habits your whole life, whether it's like a pattern of how you deal with certain situations, or you know, physical habits or diet habits or whatever the case is. When you decide that you want to change those things, I've been biting my lip all day, and I keep biting it. I don't know if you could tell. Hey, puppies. But when you want to acknowledge and change those habits, right? Like you have to look at them, because when you want to like, you know, when you want to get rid of the demons, or when you want to cleanse, or when you want to get rid of the bad, or when you want to get rid of the toxins, like whatever language works best. When you want to get rid of the bad parts of like whatever's inside of you, you have to acknowledge them and you have to look at them, and that personal growth process takes so much strength, because you have to acknowledge all of your weaknesses, and your weaknesses on many fronts, right? Whether it's how you treat yourself or how you treat other people, if you actually want to change them. So like I'm very aggressively what many like to call adulting right now. I'm sorry if that offends some people on Tumblr or something. I don't know. I read a meme about people using that as a verb. But I'm aggressively adulting because I realize that it's time right now. I have a lot of really great opportunities in front of me, most of which stem from the queue or stem from, you know, something involved in that facet, right? It's like, if all these great opportunities are in front of me and I truly want to seize them and I truly want to do the most with it as I can, I have to be as strong as I possibly can be. I have to be ready to take on these challenges. Hold on one second. I'm gonna make sure that the phone is still recording. So just you stay right there, you beautiful human being. Okay, great. Yes, we're still here, and I'm gonna drink some water. And we're gonna talk about getting ready to take on challenges just for a half second to get a second. I love this glass so much. Don't look at the lipstick, but how cool is that? Taking on new challenges, you must be ready for them, and in order to be ready for them, you have to face your weaknesses, as well as acknowledge where your strengths are as well, because it's very important that you understand yourself up, down, left, and right, and that's really difficult to do. So I encourage you to like talk to your most trusted people, the people that you've like let inside your heart and like become vulnerable to. In like if you're taking on a personal growth challenge, it helps for accountability. Like I was telling one of my friends the other night, listen, I'm gonna tell you this information every single day, just because I know I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not always gonna be honest with myself, but I know I'm gonna be honest with you. So if I give you this piece of information every day and I hold myself accountable for giving you this piece of information, I know I'm gonna give it honestly, right? So like that's my own way of almost tricking the patterns that I have acquired throughout my life, because we do often lie to ourselves. So let's talk about that for a second. Let's go into talking about lying to ourselves just for a second. So we have these conversations in our head that, you know, I've spent most of my life ignoring that they happen, to be completely honest with you. But they happen between like your head, your heart, your gut, and your instinct, right? Your heart is the one that like you can't control. Like you really can't, right? So you kind of just have to like accept it, but then you don't have to take action necessarily on what your heart feels. Like, you know, take action where your gut tells you to take action. But, you know, your heart's a very real decider in things. And oftentimes our head, like if this is your head and if this is your heart, right? And your head is saying, well, you should do this because you won't get hurt, right? And your heart's like, okay, yeah, no, you're right. And it puts that stop there, and you tell yourself not to, you know, you pretend like you can shut that off. It creates this wall up, right? The dogs are doing something in the other room. And it becomes a false answer, and it's something that's untrue, instead of just saying, okay, my heart's gonna feel whatever it's gonna feel, and it's gonna be cool, and my head's gonna tell me to do this logical thing. But why is my head telling me that? Is my head telling me that out of fear, out of what the outcome might be? And if that's the case, like maybe you just don't make a decision. We all make decisions so quickly. We're all like, well, this is the way that it has to be. Like, no, maybe it's not the way that it has to be. Like, maybe there's not a decision that even needs to be made, right? Like, well, okay, so if I'm gonna try and come up with some examples. None of these are purely examples to explain my thought process. Say, we make decisions when there isn't a forcing function. We let our own fear be a forcing function. That's what it is. Like, we say, I'm afraid, so because I'm afraid of whatever the outcome might be, I'm gonna force myself to make a decision here. Because then, once the decision is made, then I'll no longer be afraid. Like, it's okay to be afraid. It's totally okay, man. Like, let yourself be afraid for a little bit. Let yourself take risks for a little bit. Like, that's okay, man. Like, that's what courage is. And everybody's afraid. I'm afraid every single day. I'm afraid when I'm speaking these words out on a public forum. Like, of course there's fear associated because you never know what's actually gonna happen. Like, that's okay though. But like, don't let fear be the deciding factor. Don't let fear be the, you know, the forcing function of making a decision. Sometimes just the experience will create a decision for you, right? Like, if you're confused, just return back to the simplest thing. Are you happy? Yeah? Aight, then chill. Or like, if you're scared, like ask yourself why you're scared, right? Why am I scared? Am I scared because of the potential for failure or the potential for success? Okay. Why am I scared of the potential for failure? Why am I scared of the potential for success? Oh, because if I get success, then there might be failure. Like, ultimately, it's like failure of whatever the task is. Like, that's what fear is that it goes wrong, whatever it is. Like, fear is like, I'm afraid because whatever is in front of me might go bad. That's what fear is. It might go bad. Like, ultimately, you don't know. I don't know. He don't know. She don't know. Like, he don't know, right? Like, we don't know. We straight chilling. Y'all, like, there have been so many situations in my life where I've... God, if I let fear stop me... Like, fear can definitely be a driving force, right? But don't let it be a forcing function to a decision. Like... Take it one step at a time, man. Like, the future's always gonna be there. What you have is right now. For real. Like, love yourself. Treat yourself well, because you should. Because if you don't treat yourself well, like, you know what happens? Like, really, you want to talk about what actually happens when you don't treat yourself well? I'm working on respecting myself as much as I respect my fellow man. Let me tell you, I don't. I barely respect myself. I mean, I'm starting to, finally. I mean, like, on a real level. Like, on a real level. Like, obviously, I respect myself enough to stand up for myself, right? And to treat myself rather well. I treat myself rather well, but I don't treat myself as well as I treat others, right? Like, man, I will cook such a healthy meal for you. I will cook such a healthy meal for you. I will make sure you get 8 glasses of water a day. I will make sure you have coffee if you're sleepy. I will make sure that I tuck you into bed so tight. I will make sure I read you a bedtime story and then I kiss your forehead. Like, I will give you so much love. Ask me how many times I do half of those things for myself. There will be full days where I'll forget to drink water, but if I see someone else isn't drinking water, I'm like, yo, I care about you, man. You should drink water. Like, so should I, right? Like, I need to remind myself to drink water. Because guess what happens if I get dehydrated? If I get dehydrated, I can't remind him to drink water. Now, what if he doesn't remember to remind himself, right? So, like, we can only give as much to the world as we give to ourselves, right? Which is crazy. It's like selfishness might be a good thing to a certain degree. A certain type of selfishness might actually be incredibly beneficial. Because if I don't have water in my body, I can't hand anyone else a glass. Literally, like, scientifically, I can't. Like, I'll be dehydrated. I won't be able to reach anything, right? And that's really important. So if we take that to a molecular level, right? If I don't treat myself well, it's like these negative things hitting this wall, right? And it's your body wearing down just a little bit at a time because you're not exactly like treating yourself completely, and you're just giving it outwards. Only that, but like, it's nothing here. But what's gonna happen is, like, in here, where you are, like, bad things are gonna start to happen. Like, if you are going through something that's bad right now or that's rough, and you're saying, that's okay, I don't have to feel this right now. I can just put it away because these people are counting on me. Yeah, they're counting on you, so deal with your shit. Feel what you're feeling. That muckiness that's stirring up inside, you've got to confront it, and you've got to say, I love myself enough to sit with myself and spend some time in thought, and to spend some time in self-reflection, or to spend some time pampering myself, or to getting some rest, or to putting some healthy nutrients in my body, or to sit thinking about my dinner as much as I would think about yours. Right? You have guests for dinner, you cook them some fancy-ish. I know you do because you love doing that for people. you gotta do it for yourself too. And like, I say all of these words because I need to hear them myself. Legit. I need to hear all this myself, and that is why I Periscope every single day. I highly encourage, like, if this tickles your fancy, yo, like, start yourself a Periscope or come join mine. Whatever you want to do, right? Like, just continue to build the community of positive thought leadership, because ultimately we're here to share something. We're here for some type of reason, right? So if you feel this positive thought leadership is part of who you are, share it somehow, whether it be on social media or whether it be in your daily life, right? Whether it be just being kind to that cashier that you see every day, or even like asking their name, or even like recognizing when you hear them say that they have like a favorite song, like, I don't know, giving them a thumb drive with that song on it or something, or like when you know that their favorite cookie is an oatmeal raisin cookie, like baking them a batch for the holidays, like picking up on the little things that other people love and showing them that you understand that they love that, because ultimately, like, everyone's definition of love is different, right? So when you show someone else, hey, I recognize that I kind of understand what your definition of love is, that's the true connecting point between human beings, right? But you can only meet people as deeply as you've met yourself. So get to know you, work on that personal growth. What else did I want to talk about? I think that was it. And you know what? Have fun. Have fun, man. Have so much fun, because don't be crazy and like put all this pressure on it, whatever. Like, be cool with yourself. Like, you're your own homie, right? Like, be cool with yourself. If you slip in whatever direction, you slip in whatever direction. Like, go with the flow, trust the universe. Just put out love yourself, and put love out, and you good. Like, situations are always gonna happen. Bad is always gonna happen. I have hiccups. whatever. You'll be cool no matter what. As long as you're like putting love out there, right? Like, you won't feel guilt if you know you're living out of love. And that's really difficult, to be completely honest. Like, we can talk about this all day, but like, ultimately it's about actions. Like, actions, what's gonna actually determine who's putting out love and who's not, right? Like, when you put out love, like, it just feels so much better. It becomes so much easier in the long run. At first, it's harder to constantly be reminding yourself, like, where is the love in this moment, when you're really angry at someone, or when someone steals your stuff and you're like so mad at them and you're like, you stupid, like, why would you do that? But like, man, maybe they're going through some stuff. Who knows, right? Like, we don't know. I don't know what that guy's done. Even if someone's actions result in something that damages something of mine, I'm gonna do my best to not jump to a conclusion that they did it maliciously. I'm gonna assume that they need someone to talk to first, and I'll listen. Listening is a really good way to act out of love. Anyways, this has gone on for far too long. I love you guys so much. Have courage, be kind. Come and join your morning brew with Kathy Sue, because I would love to have you. That was cute. Also, if you haven't yet, follow the Q on Twitter, @theQ, QYOU. If you don't know what the Q is, we are an international television network airing the best, most amazing, entertaining, inspiring, awesome content from the internet, kind of made by your friends and stuff, and my friends, on television around the world. It's kind of really cool, so check it out. And I love you guys. I'm gonna walk around the camera and hit stop. So, oh yeah, and I got a tattoo. I didn't show you guys that yet, did I? That's what we'll end on. There we go. How's that? Let's see. How's that? Gross, right? So close.